Alright, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be going through week number 7 of the BBDL, Blue Battlers Draft League. Yeah, we're here for week 7, going up against Burigo and his Greninjas in Pajamas. Pretty fun name there. Yeah, just to make a long story short, this is a pretty, I don't want to say rough draft, but I really have not had much time, or yeah, I haven't had much time building this team. It is kind of like the first scrap, I guess, and I didn't have the chance to have any mocks with this team, so we're going in pretty blind, which is fine. We have this week and next week, 2 more weeks in the regular season, and right now we are top seed at 5-1. I believe Burry's also doing pretty well so far. He did suffer a loss last week to a Chansey. He got 1-0'd, just barely. Kind of just ran out of answers for Chansey, I guess. But still very much in the running for the top seed. Going into playoffs, I think I'm pretty much locked. 5-1. If I lose out and I go 5-3, I mean, looking at the standings right now, they're not updated, but it looks pretty good for me, I guess. So yeah, to be honest, I don't really care about seeds in the playoffs. I know if you're a top seed, you face a lower seed, which theoretically they'd be worse, or they hadn't done as well that season. But when it comes down to it, it's all about the matchup. So it really doesn't make a difference to me if I'm the first or the highest seed or the lowest seed, to be honest. I was the highest seed one season, and then I lost to the lowest seed, who actually ended up winning the whole league. So I don't think the seed number really matters, to be honest. So we're gonna have fun here. If it's a loss, it's a loss. Obviously, I want to win, and I'm gonna try to win, but it's not the end of the world, I guess, if that doesn't happen. But looking at this matchup, he's got a Dragon Ball. Any team with Dragon Ball is just really fun. And he couples that with Ursaluna, which I wasn't able to do too much research about this game, again, time constraints, but I know that he uses Ursaluna a little differently than you'd expect, because Ursaluna does get the Guts ability, but he actually tends to carry leftovers on the Ursaluna a lot of times instead of Flame Orb, which is kind of a stark contrast to last season when we played the Ursaluna in the finals, and it was like Flame Orb every week that that the opponent brought it, so that's a little bit different. So Mega Venusaur is really annoying, obviously, and Polion gets Roost, and Mesprit gets Recover. Those are 2 Pokemon here that usually can't naturally heal, but in this league they can, because of the kind of the moves that PLA allows, I guess. Cleaver could be a big problem with Sheer Force. It could run Scarf or Life Orb. Rock Bug is a very interesting typing for sure, but Stone Axes do a lot of damage for sure. I just said for sure twice, whatever. Keldeo could be annoying as well, obviously. And then, yeah, just a few other auxiliary things that could be frustrating. So I figured if there's any time I'm going to bring Greninja Scarfed, it's probably going to be this week. It really helps against Dragapult, obviously. It helps against the Scarf Keldeo, which is very possible to outspeed my Greninja, because I do have extra sensory there. It hits the Venusaur as well as the Keldeo. I have enough speed for a Keldeo speed creeping Galarian Zapdos, which if he's Scarfed, he's definitely going to do that. I don't see, and even if he's not, I don't see why he wouldn't speed creep Galarian Zapdos. Just makes the most sense for him, I think. Yeah, other than that, we just kind of do a lot of damage with everything. We're able to go Modas because we're Scarfed, and we should outspeed everything in the game, barring, of course, if he's max speed Keldeo, which again, I don't expect that, and I guess Scarfed Dragapult if he wants to bring that. So yeah, so even when I'm in my fantastic Ash Greninja form, I still wouldn't be able to outspeed Dragapult, which I'm pretty sure he will prep for that. He'll prep for, speed creeping the Ash Greninja, not just, the Spectrier, because if he does that, if he speed creeps Spectrier, he's going to get outsped by Greninja, so I don't think he's going to allow that to happen. So yeah, that is the Greninja. Next up is Kartana. I've been wanting to use this set for a while, and I figured, why not? I might as well just go for it. I got Swords Dance, Psycho Cut, Leaf Blade, and Smart Strike with the Timid nature, max speed, and this allows me to actually get a speed boost when I get a kill. So obviously the 19 IVs is kind of weird, but if you see this, 347 attack stat, 348 speed stat. So this allows me to be as strong as I can without having a higher stat than my speed. And this will allow me to get a speed boost when I kill something, which in turn will allow me to outspeed everything under the sun. So hopefully that works. I'm thinking, you know, he'll probably bring in FizzDef, Empoleon, or sorry, maybe FizzDef Empoleon, but more likely FizzDef Venusaur. Then again, it can't really do much to me, so it might end up being a different Pokemon. Maybe I don't know, maybe Mesprit, but he has, you know, his Keldeo answers are pretty few and far between. And if I bluff a Scarf, maybe Dragapult's weakened and I bring this thing in aggressively, or maybe I bring it in, you know, against the Keldeo, or even a Cleaver or a Aromatisse. There's a lot of things I can kind of threaten with this thing. And if they switch expecting a Scarf or just not wanting to die, I can get a Swords Dance up. The biggest problem for this set is going to be the Charizard, because Charizard will be able, it resists my dual stab. It takes a Psycho Cut pretty well, even at +2, because I do have to have that middling attack stat here. But yeah, I also have the Muscle Band for a little bit extra damage. No Life Orb, because I don't like that item. So, I don't know. I might end up going Life Orb anyway. Nah, he just has a bunch of resistances to these moves, if I'm being honest. It's kind of tough to play the switch around game, I guess. So anyway, next up is Nidoking, Life Orb. This is the kill leader. Oh, by the way, my opponent's Dragapult is second in the kills and deaths list, or if you want to call it the MVP race, whatever. It's got 11 kills and 2 deaths. My Nidoking has 12 kills and 3 deaths. So that's pretty epic. He also has his Keldeo at 5th overall with 8 kills and 1 death. So he's been using Keldeo really well this season. But yeah, I'm hoping to definitely put in some work with this Nidoking here. I have speed, I believe, for Drapion. Allow me to outspeed Drapion that doesn't have much speed. And I just kind of wall break with this set. I'm bulky, so I can live things, hopefully. Ice Beam will hit the Dragapult and the Ursaluna. I really wish this thing got like Psychic, but it doesn't, so I can't hit Venusaur too hard. Obviously Sludge Wave does a decent chunk, but if he's Spit F, he's going to be able to take those and just heal off the damage if he has Synthesis or even Leech Seed. I can Earth Power the Empoleon, I can Sludge Wave Aromatisse, Earth Power Drapion, Sludge Wave Mesprit. I just do a lot of damage, period. So I really didn't know what to move. I wanted to go Sucker Punch in the last slot, but I figured Stealth Rock is a little bit more helpful here. He only has Charizard and Empoleon as his 2 defoggers, so I figure I can try to get the rocks up, maybe that'll work. Next up is Klefki. Speaking of hazards, I got spikes here with the defog as well if I wanted to defog maybe a Toxic Spike from Drapion, maybe Stealth Rocks from Empoleon or Mesprit or something like that. I am able to defog there. Thunder Wave, because Thunder Wave's a great move, gives me priority in paralyzing things. Gotta remember, can't use it against Drapion, something to keep in mind. And then Draining Kiss, just to get a little bit more health back against things like Dragapult or Keldeo. Those are the 2 main ones. Maybe even Cleaver, I suppose. So yeah, I figured getting a little bit more recovery would be nice, and in case it's like a sub-disable kind of Dragapult maybe with Lumberry, so you can't get paralyzed the first time, having Thunderwave plus Draining Kiss is pretty helpful for that. So at first this was FizzDef. I changed it to Spidef because I want Suicune to be my FizzDef wall, because it deals better with Ursaluna, first of all, and it can deal with Keldeo a little bit better as well, because if he goes to like Secret Sword, I'm going to take that on the physical side, and it'll do much less to Suicune than if I was Spidef and he went for Sacred Sword. So that's the reasoning behind that. Can also deal with Cleaver relatively well. Nothing I don't think deals with Cleaver too well, but this is my response for now. So I have Surf instead of Scald because I don't want to burn the Ursaluna and give it a Guts boost. So I just want to try to do damage to it, I guess. Extra Sensory is nice for a Keldeo, just to do damage. Maybe if he's trying to set up a sub against me, I can deal with it with Extra Sensory. It also hits Venusaur for a little bit of damage. Maybe if it's low and I can knock it out with that, that'll be really nice. And then Toxic also for, you know, Aromatisse or Mesprit or, I don't know, maybe even Dragapult. So yeah, and I guess Keldeo, it would be nice if he's calm minding up and he doesn't have Substitute for whatever reason. I can Toxic it, so that would be nice. And then just rest off the damage because I don't have a Wish Passer on this team. Last but not least, I have this goofy Zapdos set, Lumberry with Brave Bird, U-Turn, Close Combat, and Agility. And I didn't even speed creep it. I'm going to do that in between the team builder and the battle, which, by the way, I'm having like right after this. So yeah, I'm gonna have to speed creep this. You can see how quickly I made this. Unless that's for, you know what? No, I think I kept this like this so that I could outspeed a max speed Cleaver, even if he wants to. If he wants to run max speed, I'll still be able to outspeed him, even if I don't have the agility up yet. So that's what that's for. So yeah, that's about it. Because he might run max speed, so he could speed tie with a max speed Nidoking. I feel like that's it's a possibility. So I do have U-turn plus agility. I think I'm trying to bluff the Scarf here with the U-turn. You know, I can U-turn out against things. Ursaluna is a ground normal type, so it does get hit super effectively by close combat. But if I get an agility up, I'm doing lots of things here. I really am. I outspeed everything, obviously, and his team really does not enjoy this Pokemon very well. I think Aromatisse would be his best answer. It might come just for the Zapdos, but if he does that, you know, we have Pokemon to take advantage of Aromatisse. Obviously, I have Nidoking and Kartana both kind of sitting here, ready to take advantage of that thing. So, yeah, and then yeah, that's about it. I thought about running Drill Peck, but I figured I'd need the extra damage with Brave Bird. I have a Lumberry there in case he tries to Will-O-Wisp with Pult. Maybe if it's a Will-O-Wisp Hex set, I can take a Scald and not worry about the burn with the Lumberry there. If I'm trying to set up an agility against Empoleon. Same with Venusaur if he tries to Sleep Powder or just Toxic. Maybe trying to, you know, make sure I don't set up. So Lumberry just there is kind of a safety hatch. I thought about Leftovers, but again, I kind of value the Lumberry a little bit more there. So that's the team. Hopefully we win. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching this team builder. I'm going to cut to the battle right here, and I will see you there. Alright, here we are in the battle. You can see the 6 that my opponent decides to bring in the Mesprit, Ursaluna, Dragapult, Cleaver, Empoleon, and Keldeo. So he did not bring Mega Venusaur, which is huge. Very surprising, to be honest. Did not bring Drapion, Charizard, or Aromatisse. So honestly, kind of relieved he didn't bring Charizard. Kind of opens the door for... Excuse me. Kind of opens the door for the Kartana, which is probably the biggest, I guess, win con, if you want to call it that. Oh yeah, no Drapion. Yeah, so what is gonna deal with Kartana here? I suppose the Mesprit's is best answer. So I think our plan is gonna be trying to whittle down the Mesprit as much as possible. I would love to lead Greninja to kind of deter the Dragapult because I'm Scarfed, but I also don't want him to lead Empoleon, and then I'm kind of on the back foot early because he can just get rocks up. So I gotta drink water because I'm pretty parched. I just ate saltines because I was really hungry and I couldn't find anything else, and yeah, my salivary glands are paying the price now. Okay, so I don't want him to lead Empoleon and me lead anything but Zapdos, I suppose. I mean, Sea Smoke would also be decent. But if he leads Keldeo, that's kind of rough for me. He leads Dragapult, that's rough for me. Not really. I really don't know what he's going to lead with. This is fun. I suppose House Call's pretty free here, to be honest. Okay, so he does lead the Dragapult. And I'm just going to go for Spikes, I think. Yeah, because he does hard switch into Bulldozer here. Is Ursaluna. I figured that he would want to do that to avoid the Thunder Wave. Okay, I think I'm going to bring in Suicune. I want to pull it up and see what this thing is going to do to me. Oh yeah, Headlong Rush is a move I have to be wary of. Forgot about that one. Let's see. Max Attack, Adamant. Headlong Rush. It's basically like a ground close combat. I should be able to take that just fine. Again, he's not Guts boosted yet, at least. I exert the pressure. Thunder Punch comes off, does well, not a lot, but he does get the para on me. Okay, he's not Flame Orb. So let's check this out. Thunder Punch. Okay, so he's not Max Attack. What is he like? Huh. In fact, he's like not much attack at all. I mean, if he's Adamant, he's got no attack investment, is what this calc is telling me. Which is pretty crazy. I could just Surf. I could also Rest as he switches, probably. He might just expect me to have Scald or Toxic and just want to stay in. I don't know if this thing can set up. I guess I should check that. Because that wouldn't be fun, right? But I don't know what this thing wants to do if it's not. I mean, it could bulk up. That's a possibility. Bariga left. That's not good. I don't know. I have the leftovers. I'm pretty safe here. To be honest, I'm just gonna Surf. He does bring in Keldeo, and I get fully paralyzed. And Brody's still gone. Let's see here. Okay, so that Surf wouldn't have done much, and he has leftovers. He could try to substitute, I bet. I want to know if... +1 takes an extra sensory behind a sub. It has a chance to, in fact, and he probably has a little bit of bulk. So it probably will take 1 behind a sub. I don't know if he subs immediately. That's the only thing here. I'm in a peculiar spot here. I don't think he just Secret Swords. I'm gonna go... Okay, he's back. He's back, y'all. I do want to go into Zapdos, to be honest. Because it at least allows me, like, if he Calm Minds, he could think I'm Scarfed when he switches, or if he subs, he'll stay in and he'll see that I'm not, he'll say I'm not Scarfed, but at least I kind of avert that crisis. I can't really easily go into Kartani here. I think he will substitute, to be honest. Flip Turn's also a possibility, but I just don't want to get fully paralyzed and then give him like a free substitute, pretty much, because that would suck. So yeah, of course I could go in a House Call. I don't know, and just Drain and Kiss him until I break a sub, and then just Thunder Wave, priority Thunder Wave him. Just, I mean, it's possible, but he's still basically killing me. Now, let's go into Azteca here. He does substitute, as I predicted. Oh boy. Okay, can I break a sub? Do you think? Do you think, guys? That's what is really important to me. Yeah, I ain't breaking no sub with U-turn. I ain't breaking no sub. If I agility though, I don't really want to do that. Yeah, I'm just gonna Brave Bird. He surfs. Okay, he's got surf and not, whatever. I'm gonna Brave Bird again. Okay, well I'm glad I didn't U-turn there. I think I have to. Well, I don't have to do anything. I think it's in my best interest to keep whittling him by clicking Brave Bird, thinking I'm gonna die to the recoil eventually. Never mind, he just goes to Empoleon. Well, screw me then. Now I click Close Combat, I guess. That did a lot to him. I'm surprised he switched there. I mean, he could have just killed me. I guess he didn't want me to get a free switch in a Cortana afterwards. Makes sense. But now do you even have a... Yeah, okay. So, Empoleon's dead now, which is great. Dragapult comes out. Oh boy. Does this just try to notch a kill here? Probably. I don't know if I want to go into Klefki, because he could, if he like specs Flamethrower here, that's really bad for me. Tis Dragapult. I don't even. I can't really use this thing. I mean, it's nice for Ursaluna, I guess, but it's not really. I don't want to. Yeah, I'm gonna take a lot of damage from a Flamethrower if I switch. He could substitute here, which is possible. But if he sub-disable here and he subs and he disables my Brave Bird, that's really bad for me. So I think if he subs, I will outspeed him if I agility. Okay, he just U-turns. That's fine. He could still be Scarf or Specs, but he. I'm honestly kind of surprised that killed. Isn't that quad resisted? Or does fighting not resist bug? I guess not. I guess I can check Zapdos. I'm at -1 defense, I know that, but still, that seems like... Yeah, so he's not Specs. He's definitely got a lot of... whatchamacallit? I don't know what you call it, that's why I'm confused. He might just be Adamant Banded, to be honest. That looks like what that is. Choice Banded Dragapult. Because that way, it can't do that much damage to me if he's not. So that's good to know, I guess. I could bring in Lawrence here. In fact, that's probably my best bet. If he's Scarfed, it doesn't matter because I'm also Scarfed. And it's pretty free, I think. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go into Lawrence here. And I believe I click U-turn because if he stays in thinking, hey, aha, I'm Scarfed, I can kill this dude. You can't, buddy. He could have knockoff, but I don't think he goes for it here. I think if anything he switches. If he stays in, I'm pretty confident that he's Scarfed, but I think Keldeo is also very possible here. So I'm going to U-turn. Keldeo does come in. Gives me Paper Cut for free here. And I believe I just click Leaf Blade. I don't think I need to risk losing this thing. I outspeed him because he's not Scarfed. I'm just going to click Leaf Blade. I don't know. I don't want to say that, but... Okay, then I just won't say it then. That's what's gonna happen here. So I'm looking at Mesprit. I thought it got Flamethrower, but it only gets Fire Punch, which it could definitely still have. But I don't even know if that kills me, to be honest. He could go into Mesprit. If it's Fizz Def, it kind of deals with me here. I believe. I mean, I don't have knockoff, so it could definitely, I don't know. There's no, oh, okay. There's no phys def, or there's no defensive Mesperits in the calc, period. It's surprising. I want to see how much a Fire Punch would do. If he's phys def, he definitely takes this. He doesn't take any spikes damage because of the levitate, which is frustrating. And unfortunately, okay, so he's phys def. He is also, you know, it can go for a Thunder Wave here, so I definitely do not want to get Thunder Waved because that's just not a good time. Fire Punch wouldn't kill me, which is cool. But yeah, he could also go for knockoff. That's a possibility, which makes me hesitant to go into Nidoking, even though a Nidoking would do a lot of damage to this. I do think Klefki's pretty free here. If he knocks off, that's fine. If he Thunder Waves, that's also pretty much fine. So yeah. If he knocks off as I Swords Dance, I might win. But that's just not that's not worth it, I don't think. Huh. Let's see. What's the most expendable? To be honest, Nidoking really it really doesn't help me that much right now. But it's more free to just go Klefki. He is gonna recover here. Okay. I'm gonna Spike again, because he doesn't have a hazard remover anymore. Ursaluna comes in. Suicune is pretty free, I think. Of course, if he goes Keldeo here, predicting that, we're in a shit situation. Okay, he Earthquakes. I kind of want to predict the Keldeo here. Because, like, does he really Earthquake again? I don't think so. I think Paper Cut's pretty free. Or pretty safe, I mean. He does just double Earthquake. He gets a crit there, which really sucks. Oh, that's annoying. That is really annoying. To be honest. Yeah, that sucks. I'm just gonna Leaf Blade. He goes into Mesprit, obviously. I mean, I kind of have to keep this thing around, right? Kind of do. I see probably if he has Fire Punch, he'll go for it. He has Recover. Thunder Wave, I can block with this Pokemon here. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna just make the aggressive switch into Nidoking, because I don't think he can kill me with anything. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I outspeed him. Unless he's got a lot of speed. But he can't. He can't have a lot of speed because he's Phys Def. So he can go for a slow U-turn here. But, oh, I just realized Klefki's Spidef, so it's not gonna deal too well. And I have hazards up, so, I mean, anything that comes in is not gonna really appreciate that. I don't feel like Stealth Rocks at this point is necessary. Well, it could be helpful, but I don't know. I don't know. He must be looking at that damage and going, wait, this is a weird set. This is a weird Kartana. He must be, because it's just not a lot of damage. I wonder if I was adamant. Well, okay, so Ursaluna comes in here. We do 15. That is nothing damage right there. I really think he's Assault Vest then. He's not lefties. So I would say he is that exactly. Let's see, how do I, what's my, let me just calc that real quick. Yeah, he's 100% Assault Vest. But Suicune's health is dwindling, and I don't know, it kind of sucks. Yeah, so I get Ice Beam, do maybe like 40% to him. It's not gonna be enough though. Without that crit, I could bring in Cortana one more time. Of course, you could predict that and go Fire Punch, but I doubt that happens there. Or I could just go in Veil and then hope that he's not Scarfed with Cleaver. Yeah, I think that's the safest play here. Or the best play, I guess. I want to keep Nidoking around. Okay, here, I think I just want a Toxic, to be honest. Because if Klefki comes in and I get a Toxic off on it, that's really good. And I'm not really worried about this thing being Guts at this point. I mean, in a perfect world, this thing doesn't attack again. So, if I get a Toxic off on the Keldeo, we don't have to worry about that thing, to be honest. I'll go for Toxic. Can we land this, please? No, of course we don't. Why would we land it? I don't know. Oh, God. Okay, I'll Extra Sensory here. It is what it is. Oh, we had a crit on that, though. That's helpful, to say the least. I don't know that that mattered. I'll have to know his set later on. He can tell me all about it. So... Oh wait, he's not a +1, so that definitely didn't matter. Never mind. I'm a goober. I'm a goober. If only Extra Sensory went through sub. There's no reason it would, but that would just be so nice for me right now. I could try to rest, which is kind of looking good right now. I don't see many Pokemon here that can actually beat my Suicune. And if he Secret Swords here, and then he subs next turn, I think Klefki can kind of deal with that. Yeah, I think Klefki can, because I have Draining Kiss. Has he seen Draining Kiss? He hasn't. Okay. If he's, and I'm Spit F, so I kind of deal with that. Because I'm trying to think. I don't want to let, I mean, Suicune being whittled really, he's gonna, okay, so he's gonna, I'm gonna rest here. I'm sorry, I'm kind of thinking out loud here. I do get the rest off, and now he's gonna substitute for sure. I go into Klefki here. He can get a Calm Mind off. Draining Kiss won't kill, but it's going to do some damage. It'll break the sub the next turn. I just don't think he can sustain this. Yeah, there's the Calm Mind. He lives it. He surfs here. 2-hit KOs me. He could, of course... I mean, I might as well just Thunder Wave him. Ooh, but I get the full para too. I didn't think about that. Okay. Do I even outspeed this thing? I don't know that I do. I mean, I probably do. Surf does 61. I might be able to... Oh, I think I do live this. Yeah, I should be able to live this. Alright, well, we're gonna get a kill here unless he switches. I don't know. Do I let him kill me so I can bring in Paper Cut? I think if that happens, he just brings in Mesprit, and then I kind of have that 50-50 again. Whereas this way, I kind of get to see what he brings in here, and go from there. He can't bring in Dragapult because I can Thunder Wave it, and he's banded. He can bring in Cleaver, I guess. Oh man, I got him. Yeah, so can this thing learn Substitute is my question. It can. So he can use Substitute here if he has it. But he really doesn't have many moves to hit me, to be honest. He might be like a dual screen set, I don't know. He could just have close combat, and that's what he goes for. But I don't have much of a use for this Pokemon at this point. So I'm going to Thunder Wave. And he Stone Axes to knock me out. It's a resisted, but it's a strong hit there. So, yeah. Now Lawrence being Scarfed really sucks for me, to be honest. That's that's not good. But on the bright side, it does outspeed Dragapult, which could be very helpful later on. So I wonder if Sea Smoke can knock this out. Well, I can't. If I Earth Power, he just brings in Mesprit. But we're kind of back to square one from before. And Ursaluna can't come back in. It'll die to 2 hits. So I wonder... Cleaver, what do you take for... Oh, you get destroyed by that. Okay, that's good. What if you're max HP, though? You still die to that? I want to make sure you're not AV. Can you a Stone Axe? I'm like kind of overcalking here, but I want to see if yeah, he did 27, so he's got to be. Oh wait, he could be adamant without the life orb. I guess that's possible. I don't know. He can't kill me with anything anyway. So I think Sea Smoke's the play here. And I believe I just click Earth Power. And he lets me knock this out, which is great. Nidoking might come in. Oh, it's Pult. Okay. Do you kill me with anything? I know you're banded, but I don't know if you actually knock me out. Let's see. Adamant. Choice Band. Phantom Force doesn't kill. Ooh, we might have Outrage, though. Didn't think about that one. Outrage. Yeah, Outrage will knock me out for sure. But what about Suicune? It might... It actually kind of 2KOs that thing, too. So that's not good. I want to keep Suicune around as much as possible. Well, it's got a 64% chance to 2KO. And I also want to keep... Huh. I mean, I was thinking, how confident am I that he's Scarfed? I'm pretty damn or Banded. I'm pretty damn confident, to be honest. Outrage will knock out the Kartana, and then we can bring in Greninja, and I don't think the Ursaluna takes 2 of these Dark Pulses. I really don't. It's got... What is that? Max HP, Max Spadef, Assault Vest? Oh, that's... okay, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Oh, it does, though. Oh, but he'll be locked in, so it doesn't matter. I get the kill. Fashodo. Fashodo. It just comes down to what I want to let die, pretty much. So I think Kartana's the dead button. Oh, we went for darts, man. I could have stayed in. Well, that's sad. That wouldn't have killed me. Oh well. I'll click Swords Dance in case he switches. No. And now I can go into Lawrence here. And he could switch into Bulldozer. He definitely could. But then I just bring in Suicune again. And I'm pretty good there. So I'll click Dark Pulse. And hope he... Oh, man. He did switch. Yeah, that just does not do that much damage. I'll go into Veil here. He does Earthquake. Gets a crit. Of course he gets a crit. I'll Surf here. I can't hit. Jeez, man. This thing's a pain in the ass. For real, for real. For real, for real. I could just I could just rest, to be honest. Stall this thing out. It's actually running out of Earthquakes. Because I have pressure. I didn't think about that. So I'll raise it up. He gets another crit. What is going on? Now he switches to the Thunder Punch. Doesn't get a crit there. I don't even know if Surf kills, to be honest. Do I even care? I mean, it would probably help me that if it doesn't. No, I think it does. So we can just too strong. And then he brings in Pult, and I just Dark Pulse again. So it really just comes down to differential, I think. Yeah, I'm just gonna surf. Oh my, that's so unlucky, man. What? It doesn't, I don't think it matters. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I don't think it matters. I'll click extra sensory, I guess. He'll knock me out with Pult, with Da Pult. I'll bring in Greninja. I Dark Pulse. If he brings in Ursaluna, I kill it. It will not die to spikes. I kill it. Ash Greninja comes out. He's probably got the Cobra Berry here. He's probably got the Cobra Berry. In which case it'll live. So I'm gonna go into Sea Smoke to be as safe as possible. Because he's got the Cobra Berry and he paralyzes me, we're in deep doo-doo. Thunderbolt, even better. See, I can just Thunder Wave, Sludge Wave you now. Psychic doesn't kill me. I kill you, and we're gonna escape with a W here. Thank the Lord. The only problem here is that I don't think Nidoking's the kill leader anymore. That's where my mind's at right now, to be honest. It only it killed the Cleaver and the Pult. The Pult got a lot of kills here. It killed the Kartana. It killed the Nidoking, and it killed the Suicune. So yeah, that's so sad. I think so. They both have 14 kills, but Dragapult's died one less time. So it's gonna come down to week 8. Who's gonna be the kill leader? Or if Nidoking has a bad matchup, I just won't bring it. It doesn't really matter. But anyway, good game to Barigo. Yeah, really close one. I think it's a lot like 2 weeks ago where the end game just, I mean, at the end of the day, I had enough offensive threats to kind of, the beginning was strong, and then I was able to kind of bring it home. I think the hazards really helped me, especially with that Ursaluna and the Keldeo for sure. And yeah, that Keldeo was a big problem. I could have definitely lost to that, but kind of had to sacrifice my Zapdos early on, and he kind of just gave me the Empoleon. Maybe he didn't realize I wasn't scarfed. I don't know, but I don't know. We'll take it. That's another win. We are 6-1. Got 1 week left before the playoffs, and this will definitely guarantee us to make it into the playoffs. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.